Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. It is the 20th of the month, and what does that mean? It's my original collaboration group. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes, but first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda, and if you're returning, you know I love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use Waverly chalk paint in the color white and crimson. I'm also going to use this folk art home decor chalk paint in the color Nautical. I'm going to use this decal I created with my Cricut, and then this metal and wood heart from Dollar Tree. This napkin I got from Walmart, and then this banner sign that came from Dollar Tree. So I started off by taking my heat gun and just setting it on that little top piece there and removing it once the glue lightened up or let up. Then I painted that banner sign with the white. The outside of the heart is red, I think, and then the middle is blue. And then while those were drying, I took my Mod Podge. Actually, I guess it was already dry. I am just going over that banner sign with the Mod Podge, and then I let it dry. Once it was dry, I took my napkin here, and I'm just going to cut. Well, actually, it was drying while I did this, but I was cutting off the red and white stripes from that napkin. And then I took my decal here, and I'm just laying it onto my heart, and it says Land That I Love. I'm putting the love there to make sure I have a good spacing here. But if you don't have a Cricut, you could always use stickers or rub-on transfers. You could even use wood letters or like Scrabble tiles. You could do a lot of things if you want to recreate this. Stencils is another way. This is where I kind of measured out where I needed to cut down that napkin. And then I took the red and white stripes here, and I am just going to lay it on top of that napkin, and then I'm going to fold it so I have a crease so I know where to cut that napkin. And then after that, I'm just going to cut that piece off. But boy, was I having a heck of a time with my fan going. It kept blowing my napkin everywhere. Made it a little difficult, but I got it to work. So here I lay it down on my sign, and I'm just getting that red and white striped piece all situated, and then I cover it with my parchment paper, just the same kind of parchment paper you use in your kitchen. I'm using my mini press here to go over my napkin so it reactivates the Mod Podge so the napkin sticks to it. If you don't have one of these mini heat presses, you can use an iron as long as you don't have it on steam. And then I'm just going to trim off all the excess of the napkin that was on the bottom. And then I'm just going back over it again with my Mod Podge. This will help protect the napkin so that it doesn't rip. And then I take once it was dry, I took my little my little finger sander here, and I'm just going around and sanding off any of the extra napkin that might be on my sign here. When that was done, I took the little strip that goes on the top of this sign. I'm putting some wood glue on it and then a little hot glue on the ends, and I'm just going to lay it back onto the top. Then I decided to take my stapler and add some staples to the back of it so that it holds that little piece in place. That piece is not going anywhere. Then I took some E6000 and put it all around the middle of my heart, and then I'm just going around with my hot glue along the edge, and that way I have the immediate hold and permanent hold there. And I'm just going to lay it right there. And then I took a whole bunch of these different ribbons. I cut them down to 4 or 5 inches, and then I am just doing a messy bow. Once I had them all laid out, I am tying them with some jute twine, as you see me doing right here. And then after that, I am going to fluff it, trim off the twine, and then hot glue it in place. Then I took some of these beads. I got these off of Amazon. They are a patriotic bead, and I added a red, a white, a blue, and then it had some flag beads. So I added 2 of the flag beads and then another red, white, and blue. Then I'm just going to tie knots on the very ends of this twine, and then I am going to use my stapler again to staple those in place. And After that, I am going to, if you don't have a stapler, you could always just hot glue it. But I just took some shipping paper here and covered the back. I'm using the hot glue and the shipping paper. That way we have a nice looking back. And there it is. I really love how this came out. I love this. It's my favorite of today. But you have to let me know what you think about this one in the comment box below. Okay, so today is the original collaboration, and every month it is hosted by my friend Krista with Krista's Crafty Life. This month is co-host is Brenda with Monter's Market, and then it's just myself. It's a small playlist today, but I will have links to both of them and the playlist in the description box below. Make sure you check out their videos as well. Here's DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I'm using my Waverly chalk paints in the color Crimson and Snow White. Again, I'm going to use the Home Decor by Folk Art Nautical chalk paint. I'm going to use 3 of these wood stars that I got from Dollar Tree, and then this plaque that comes from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use some scrapbook paper from, these are all from Hobby Lobby. The stars and the stripes actually came from a book from Hobby Lobby. The other one was just a single page that I got from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to paint one of the stars and the base with the white, one of the stars with the blue, and one of the stars with the red. Once they were dry, I am taking my Mod Podge and I'm putting them over the front of the stars, just like you see. And as you can see, I didn't paint the whole thing. I just wanted to make sure the edges were painted good, just in case the paper wasn't covering it completely. Before I had painted those stars, I had traced one of the stars out on one of the papers and cut it out. And so then I'm just using that cutout I'm tracing it on the other papers and then cutting them out. Then I placed them on my stars once that Mod Podge was dry, and doing the same thing with the parchment paper and my heat press. This is my favorite method for adhering napkins or paper. There's no wrinkles when you do it this way, and I just love doing it this way. It's so easy. And there it is. So then I just again went over the stars with my Mod Podge just to protect that paper so that it doesn't get ripped or anything like that. And then I set those aside to dry. And while they were drying, I took my little base here and some Rick Rack that I got from TEMU, and I'm just going to use some hot glue, and I'm going to glue this all the way around. There's that little ledge there. I'm just hot gluing it along that little ledge, and that's all there is for this one. Once I get it all on there, I'm just going to cut it off, and that part is done. Then I took my little finger sander and sanded off the extra paper. Then I took my stars out to my miter saw and cut them down, the red and the blue one. Then I'm using my new drill. My husband got me this for my birthday. I was so excited. I drilled 3 holes, and the middle one isn't quite in the center. Anyways, I'm just adding some wood glue inside of those holes as well. And then I'm just going to add each star into those holes. That way they stay there and permanently stay there. And then after that, I'm going to take some twine here. I'm going to make a quadruple finger bow, and I'm just wrapping my fingers like you see. I'm going really slow so that you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to cut off a long tail. I'm going to wrap that tail around those loops that are on my finger. And then I come back up around, and then I'm going to come from the bottom and go through that loop that I just made that went around those loops on my fingers. And then I pull tight. I leave my fingers in there and pull tight. After that, I just trimmed it off and hot glued it to the bottom of the star and made 2 more. And there it is. I love how this came out. I just think it is so adorable. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, I just want to thank my subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. And if you are new here and you enjoyed today's video, I hope you would hit that subscribe button before you go. It costs you nothing and it means the world to me. And then please make sure you guys give me that thumbs up and comment and watch those ads. That really does help my channel. It helps push my videos out for more to see. And then if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to my social media accounts as well as my affiliate accounts in the description box below. And now it's a time for a celebration of your recreation. And Kathy made these adorable decor pieces. I love them. She did a great job. And then Michelle made this beautiful home sign. She recreated the one that I did, but she made this so she can change out the flowers for the seasons. It's beautiful. And then these are so pretty. I hope I say your name right, Chrisborg. She is from Iceland and she did an amazing job as well. And if you have a creation or a recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. And I am always thrilled to showcase them for you. Okay, here's DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Chalk Couture chalk paste in the color Shimmer Harvest. I am going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color Snow White and Crimson, and then again the same Nautical chalk paint by Folk Art Home Decor. I'm going to use this Chalk Couture transfer set. It is called Land of the Free. I love this set. This is one of my favorites that they've come out with. And then these window clings from Dollar Tree. And then this big mason jar came from Hobby Lobby. It was 50% off of the $2.99. So I started off by taking the decal that I want to use, or the transfer, and I'm using my painter's tape here to lay out so I can paint the 3 sections. And I'm just making sure my transfer is where I'm going to want it. And then I lay down my tape, and then I just use my measuring, my ruler to make sure that the tape was even. I was going to paint the top with the red, the middle with the white, and the bottom with the blue, but I don't know what I was thinking, because when I got done, I realized, oh my word, I did the blue instead of the red on top. But that's okay. And then I also painted the very top with Silver Lining by Waverly. I started off by taking my silk screen adhesive transfer from Chalk Couture, and I'm fuzzing that. And the reason why we do that is so that it doesn't pull up the the paint. I did that last time when we pull up these transfers. So once I had them laid in place, I'm taking my Shimmer Harvest and a squeegee, and I'm just going over and filling in that silk screen. And oh my goodness, I love the way this transfer turns out with that gold and the bird, the eagle. I think it's beautiful. So I'm just gonna remove my transfer there. I set it aside because I knew this was going to be really quick, and I quickly went over Home of the Brave with that same color, and then I'm going to pull up my transfer, and then I went and washed them immediately. You want to wash them so that the paste doesn't dry on the silk screen. After that, I took these window clings here, and I am just fussy cutting all around the fireworks. The reason being is because I think that when you leave the extra plastic around, it just looks more tacky. It looks nicer when you cut around all that excess vinyl. It looks a little more realistic is what I'm looking for. So then I just added Mod Podge to that blue part, and then I'm just going to add my fireworks here, just like you see. And this is why I wanted to hit red, because it would have came out a little bit more, I think, but it is what it is. Oh well. And then after I had those all on there, I am taking the Mod Podge and just going over it to help seal it and keep it protected and keep it on there. After that was all done, and once it was dry, I'm taking some rickrack. I took white and I put it above the blue. I took blue and put it above the white. And then I'm taking red and putting it above the red. And I'm just hot gluing it to the back. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue in the middle here to tack down the rickrack. And then I'll hot glue it to the back again. And you guys, I love this. Even though I did the wrong colors on the wrong spots, I still love the way this came out. So then I took this ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and I cut down 2 that were the same size. I don't know what sizes they were. I didn't measure them. And then 1 that was smaller. And I'm just hot gluing them end to end, just like you see me doing here. And I'm not sure about this bow, you guys. I'm still kind of wondering if I like this, but we'll see. So I crisscrossed the 2 longer ones, and then I just put the smaller one right in the middle. And then I am just kind of fluffing it and scrunching the middle of these bows as much as I can. And then I'm using some twine to cinch it in the middle here, just like you see. And then after that, I'm going to take some more of this ribbon and fold it in half, and then fold it in half widthwise. I don't know. Just watch what I do. It's probably easier than me trying to explain it. Then I tie some more of that twine around it to hold it in place. And then I'm just going to trim off that twine and dovetail the ends. And then I'm going to use a zip tie. So I'm going through the hanger. I'm sorry, this is out of frame. And then I'm just going to wrap that zip tie around the bow, tighten it up real well. And once I have that all done, I'm going to cut off that excess, save it, because you might make flowers out of it or something else. I took a wood star, and I used that Starlight Gold paint and painted it with it. And then I'm just going to hot glue this on top of that zip tie just to help cover it up. And that's all there was for this one. It's super easy. You have to let me know what you think about the bow. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it looks kind of funny. But anyways, I still love the way this came out. I love that eagle. It is so beautiful. And if you're interested in all about chalk couture, I am a designer. You can always reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. And here is the final reveal. I only had 3 projects for you this time, and so make sure you check out Brenda and Krista's videos. I will be back again on Saturday. No, the 23rd. Oh my goodness, you guys, the 23rd. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be fun. So with all that, you guys have a blessed week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.